During World War II, inside the darkest place on Earth, Auschwitz, stood a small brick building, surrounded by barbed wire. It was the maternity ward of the concentration camp, a place where hope went to die. Until one woman walked in and refused to bow to evil. Her name was Stanisława Leszczyńska, a Polish midwife, mother of 4, and a woman whose courage was unlike anything the world had ever seen. It was 1943 when Nazi soldiers arrested Stanisława and her family for helping Jewish people escape the ghetto. She was sent to Auschwitz. Others cried, others begged, but Stanisława stayed calm. When she reached the camp, she saw something horrifying. Pregnant women were beaten, starved, and murdered. Newborn babies were drowned immediately. Stanisława watched in shock as a Nazi doctor said, "There will be no babies here, only labor and death." But Stanisława whispered to herself, "Where there is life, there is hope." Despite the orders, despite the threats, despite the death that surrounded her, she began delivering babies in secret. She used torn bed sheets as bandages, dirty water to clean wounds, rusty tools as medical equipment. Her maternity ward was a freezing corner of a barrack filled with rats and disease. But somehow, she delivered over 3,000 babies, and most of the mothers survived, something even camp doctors could not understand. One SS physician demanded she drown newborns. Stanisława looked him in the eyes and replied, "I will never kill a child." No one had ever spoken to the Nazis like that. She should have been executed instantly, but strangely, they let her continue. Even evil paused in the presence of true courage. Whenever a baby was born, Stanisława whispered the same words, "You are loved, you will survive this world." She secretly created tiny birth certificates, an act of resistance, a promise that these children mattered. She stood between life and death every single day. The mothers called her the Angel of Auschwitz. When the camp was finally liberated in 1945, Stanisława walked out with the same calm strength she had walked in with. People expected her to collapse, to break, to scream. But she just said, "I did what any mother would do." Historians estimate she saved around 90,000 lives, counting mothers, babies, and generations that came from them. Yet, the world barely remembers her. She never wrote a book, never asked for money, never asked for fame. She simply returned home and continued delivering babies for free for the rest of her life. Stanisława Leszczyńska proved one thing. Sometimes the greatest heroes are the ones the world forgets, and sometimes the strongest weapon against evil is simply refusing to become part of it.